Hi, I'm Jim Thomas. Welcome to Chicagoland's only outdoor show where you can be the winner. Today we're giving away hundreds of dollars in prizes, so stand by, please. Nice to have you with us. A number of years ago, a wealthy fellow from Dallas by the name of Ray Smith approached me at my office, which at that time was located in the Tribune building here in Chicago. Ray, who was securely entrenched in the oil rigging business down there, told me that he had just completed work on a project that he claimed to be the first sports fishing club in Panama. It was located on the Pacific side of Panama, approximately 150 miles south of Panama City. Ray called it the Club de Pesca. Now, I didn't know anything more about his setup other than what he told me, but I was familiar with the great angling in that area, having been in that vicinity before. The Great Humboldt Current flows right past his front door. And talk about some fabulous saltwater angling. Man, oh man, dolphin, sail, and giant black marlin abound down there in astronomical sizes and numbers. And if you haven't already guessed it, that's just where our first question of the evening will take us. And we'll get to it right after this short break. Dr. James C. Adrian of Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois, is the author of our first question today, which reads in part as follows. Do you have anything on dolphin or other big saltwater game fish anywhere? I'd be pleased to see such a tape on your show. Well, yes, we do, Dr. Adrian. We'll be happy to oblige. As a matter of fact, I selected the Club de Pesca Panama trip to answer your question because since we made our first film down there, I've returned many, many times, and small wonder.
But even in this paradise, a successful angler must possess certain attributes. As these two eager fishermen soon learned, a prelude to a red-letter day in these waters is a selection of an experienced boat captain. By the way, that's Lou Corrington on the left, and his partner is Bill Randall. The country down here is part of the famed Darien jungle. No man alive could ever hope to get through this tangled mass of tropical vegetation on foot. But the club itself is as comfortable as your own home, with air conditioning to boot. Well, everyone's raring to go on this first big day. And will they have luck? Well, stick around, folks. You'll see. Once you've latched on to a competent skipper, the next order of the day is a good sturdy boat. The water at times can get mighty rough. Forget speed. You don't have far to go for action, and this guy's ready for it, too. No time is wasted in getting that bait over the side, either. Ballyhoo for sail and bonita for black marlin. Once the mate gets the outriggers set up, all hands aboard will be ready for action. Both marlin as well as sail hit the bait first in order to kill it. This is where the outrigger pays off. On the first strike, the slack line is pulled from the outrigger. This gives the skipper enough time to stop the boat, allowing the bait to lie motionless in the water as though it were dead. This is when the big billfish return to take it in earnest. From now on, it's a waiting game. A flurry behind one of the baits could come at any moment, making the line melt off that big reel like thread from a spool. The sun's rays feel good, but don't keep that shirt off too long, boss. Something's been spotted. Baitfish, millions of them, sardines, anchovies, and 5-pound bonita dashing in and out, churning up the water with maniacal fury. This is what we've been waiting for. Where you find baitfish, you'll invariably find game fish. Tension and excitement surge through everyone. Something's after the bait. Watch it. The mate gives the captain the order to pour on the coal, and the fish is struck. But it doesn't look like a billfish. Immediately, the other lines are hauled in as quickly as possible in order to prevent fouling the hooked fighter. It's a nice dolphin, one of the gamest and best eating fish found in the sea. Most of the dolphin's acrobatics take place the second he hits that bait. From then on, he battles his opponent just under the surface. And even though this isn't a big one, he certainly gave his captor a lot of action in a short time. The mate is ready with the gaff. and then the beautifully marked fish is in position. The gaff sinks home, and that's all she wrote. Oh, about 40 pounds, but on light tackle, oh, brother. Nice going, fella. You take the prize for the first fish of the day. And needless to say, Mr. Dolphin will provide 3 hungry anglers with a feast fit for a king this night. That's all right, pal. You won't have long to wait. The mate quickly prepares another offering. And as it goes over the side, that premonition of what's to come is felt again. Ah, it's so peaceful in the Latin country. But no time out for relaxing around here. A sudden strike jars everyone back to reality. The outrigger pops and excitement reigns supreme. All hands spring into action. This is Corrington's fish, and he wastes no time getting into that fighting chair. He sets the hook, and the first big sail is on the line, so darn mad that he busts up the water like a series of depth charges. This is a good one. So, Chief, you'd better pull for all you're worth. Watch this action. The sail, in a frantic effort to regain his freedom, races for the boat and almost lands inside of it. Stem to stern, port to starboard. The angler wages war. Then it's off again for China. More line peels off as the monster heads out. Just look at him try to shake loose that hook, would you? And just in case you think he's done in, we'll take a gander at this, and you'll soon change your mind. He's at it again. This fish hasn't begun to fight. These Pacific sails are hard enough to handle on heavy tackle, but on 50-pound test line, you've really got a fight on your hands. Seems he's bound and determined to get into that boat. First one side and then the other. What a fish. Finally, after more than an hour of unbelievable struggle, Mr. Sail has taken all the angler can give, and even though he allows himself to be brought alongside, he still puts on a stubborn fight to the finish. And with a heave and a hoe, over the side he comes, but it takes all hands to hold him. The crew is careful not to injure the prize because it was agreed that any fish that fights that hard for his freedom certainly deserves its hands down. So long, big guy, you're all right. Well, sir, I'd say both these sportsmen have a right to strut their stuff, wouldn't you, with 4 sailfish flags? And on the way in that night, there was lots to talk about. Where was I, you ask? Oh, I had my share of fun, too, puffing and straining and wrestling those big sails right along with my buddies. But just off the record, the way those 2 swell guys were hauling them in, I didn't have much time to put the camera down.
It's easy to understand why I keep going back there at every opportunity. And by the way, the accommodations were all that Ray Smith claimed them to be, too. Thanks much, Dr. Adrian, for the question. Here's what you'll receive. A Daiwa spinning combo consisting of a famous Daiwa Regal spinning reel, which features autocast, 1 ball bearing, and the patented gyro spin system, along with a 2-piece Triforce X graphite spinning rod, strong, lightweight, and powerful, with sensitivity to feel the lightest strikes. Daiwa, committed to total quality. We'll be back in a minute or two. If the amount of mail we receive here each week on duck hunting is any gauge, then by golly, there are more waterfowlers in the state of Illinois than anywhere else in the world. Here's a typical question and then some from David Howard of Orland Park, Illinois. This is a letter of appreciation for the hunting and fishing memories of my youth. Now, I don't mean to date us, but I'm a 45-year-old man and I've watched all your shows as a kid. Before there was an Al Lindner, Babe Winkleman, or Bill Dance, there was Jim Thomas Outdoors. My dad didn't hunt, so my experiences were with you and my neighbor's dad. Now, I spend most of my hunting time on waterfowl here in the Midwest and Canada with my yellow lab Buck. I'm on 2 Duck Unlimited committees and the Illinois Waterfowlers Alliance. I owe my love of hunting and my respect for the sport, as well as fishing, mostly to you. And I would really like to see a show about duck and goose hunting. Well, David, I might have been there first, as you say, but that doesn't take a thing away from the fact that when you mention the names of Al Lindner and Babe Winkleman or Bill Dance, you are indeed speaking of 3 fine and respected sportsmen. I know all 3 of them personally, and I'm proud to call them my friends and colleagues. But you've certainly picked an outdoor subject that is mighty close to my heart when you selected migratory bird hunting.
Today we're going to try some pass shooting for the elusive and fast-flying mallard duck. Funny thing about hunting here in East Texas, a guy can't seem to get used to the weather. Doesn't seem like duck hunting weather at all. As a rule, when one thinks in terms of this type of shooting, one invariably thinks of heavy clothing and sitting in a duck blind in freezing drizzle. Ah, but in this part of the country, as anyone can plainly see, it's entirely different. We've been told by our host, Jerry Waters, here at the Hawkeye Hunting Club, that periodically throughout the day, the old greenheads funnel through this area on their way to a lake located just behind us, where they go in to feed and rest during the heat of the day. .12-gauge weapons and number 4 high-velocity shells are the order for the day. In order for us to conceal ourselves, it's necessary to make our stand behind a couple of trees that do not give us a clear view of the oncoming ducks. And when the ducks do come over, we have to step forward about 10 feet to squeeze off a clear shot.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They come over here, they're going to have to...
This looks like it's going to be fun.
I'm ready for it. Boy, this is tough shooting. This timber top shooting is the toughest kind of shooting I've ever been involved in.
I hear them, Jim. I hear them. Look, coming right through the trees. They're coming right over the top.
There they come, Sam.
Uh-oh, our host was right. You can actually hear the ducks. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a pair of mallards are heading straight for our stand. And in this instance, all thoughts concerned with anything else except the business at hand are forgotten.
Hey, how about that?
2.
Got 2.
Good shot, Sam.
2 clean kills. I'd say Sam and I are off to a very good start today.
How about that? Hey, good shooting.
This kind of action, along with the heat and all, can result in a man working up a pretty good sweat. Who ever heard of duck hunting and getting a suntan at the same time? Well, it just goes to prove that anything can and usually does happen down in this part of the
I can
country.
hear him coming.
I'll tell you one thing, though.
listen.
They certainly have a pretty good duck population around here. What a day.
Right, you shoot.
Only
right,
problem with the weather is the
Try to
fact
get a
that the
double.
wind is very high, and this has a tendency to make the ducks fly even more erratically than usual. Uh-oh, more action. Let's watch this.
Hey, how about that, Jim?
How about that, huh?
That is great. Lift him up.
Can't get him any closer than that.
How about that?
Stone dead.
Stone That's right.
Man.
That's good shooting.
This may look easy, but take it from a guy who knows it's anything but that. There isn't any wing shooting that's any tougher than pass shooting for mallards. And oftentimes, even an expert Nimrod needs more than one shot to get himself a clean kill.
There they come.
Here we go again.
See them way through the trees.
Man, what shooting.
I got double, Jimbo.
I got a double.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, that's
One
good.
there, one over there.
That's good. I got 2 greenheads right over here.
What a day.
What a day is right.
You can actually hear them in the background. Here they come again, Sam.
Now, how could a man miss a shot like that? Now, where in the heck did that one come from?
Good shot. Good shot.
Hey, I missed that double. You see me miss that big greenhead. Should have had him.
Well, you can't get them all, man. Can't get them all.
I don't understand that.
They're still going.
Here at the Hawkeye Hunting Club, there is no set limit on mallards. I guess it's sort of whatever a guy's wallet will allow.
Here they come again, Sam. By golly, if I miss these, I'm going to give up. That'll make up for those 2 I missed, huh?
How'd you like that double, Jim?
Look at that. Oh! That's good backing up.
And needless to say, oftentimes when a man enjoys this type of hunting, he can easily get carried away and end up with quite a bill.
Hey, I made that double, and then I made a single with a double-barrel gun. Look, Jim. Look, look, look. Here he comes, right over the pine tree. 2 of them. Take the one on the right. I'll get the one on the left. Get him. That's the way, Jim.
Got one out of it anyway.
Good shot.
Anybody that says pass shooting isn't the greatest, Sam, better start thinking a couple of times more.
You've got to shoot fast.
Here they come.
Even here at this fabulous club, where conceivably a man can shoot quite a sizable limit, conservation of our waterfowl is still the byword. Every effort is made to retrieve all fallen game. It's a cardinal rule of this club that no cripples are allowed to get away. With this kind of foresight and planning, our children and our children's children may enjoy the same thrills involved in this great sport of duck hunting as we do today.
Take it over this time. We'll get it.
But this can only be accomplished by abiding by and seeing that others abide by the code of good sportsmanship and careful conservation. For instance, if there's not a chance for an absolute certain clean kill, don't shoot. Yes, it's been quite a day, to say the least. One we'll remember for a long time.
Thanks a lot, David, for a good question. Now here's a prize or 2 for your efforts. Daiwa's new Black Widow bait casting reel with your choice of right or left-handed retrieve, offering exceptional performance, matched with one of Daiwa's Triforce number 561 series bait casting rods with many exciting features like a new reel seat design for superior sensitivity and comfort. Daiwa, committed to total quality. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, we have time here for one quick Jim's closing notes. It was sent to us by, looks like Mr. Roy Markle of Coal City, Illinois. And he says, on the 2nd or 3rd show this year, you were fishing on Great Bear Lake in Canada, I think. Anyway, you were using a Pflueger Supreme casting reel with a cubby handle. Would it be possible to see some more of this great action using this type of equipment? Well, Roy, I remember the tackle very, very well, and for many, many years I used the Pflueger Supreme reel, the type of which you saw in our Great Bear Lake film on lake trout up there. I still have several of those reels left, along with a Shakespeare President, which is also a name that you rarely ever hear anymore, but many of you guys out there that are old enough will certainly remember Pflueger and Shakespeare, and at one time those reels were the best that money could buy. There was nothing better than a Pflueger Supreme or a Shakespeare President. I don't know if they're still available. I don't think they're available in stores. They just don't sell it anymore. Just like a couple of films that we used here with Daiwa equipment. You'll note there was a Daiwa Millionaire reel, and that was a great reel also in its day. Frankly, I don't know any reason why these outfits have changed their tackle into more modern stuff with all kinds of meters on them telling you how many feet you're casting and all that sort of thing. As far as I'm concerned, I loved to have the Pflueger Supreme. But thank you, Roy, very much, and you will be seeing more films, I hasten to add, in the future with that equipment. Roy, we're going to send you this little plastic lure holder box. We hope you use it in good health, and we hope that it'll bring you a little bit of happiness in your successful fishing trips. Thank you. Well, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the program as much as we did bringing it to you. Remember, enjoy our great outdoors, but please don't leave your good manners at home. Until next time, Jim Thomas saying so long. Best of luck to you all.